Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. So in today's video, we are going to look at solution to Physics 122 first question paper. Starting with the first question. The first question says, the force between two charges is 120 Newton. So first, at this point, we have two forces. Sorry, we have F is equal to 120 Newton. That is the first thing that we have. And then, of course, if the distance between the two charges is doubled, then the force will be. So it means that at this point, of course, we know that we can have initial distance, which is R1. Let's say initial distance. Initial distance is going to be R. And then the final distance, because the question from the question we see that the distance is double. That is, if the distance between the two charges is double, so it means that the final distance at this point, the final distance is going to be 2r. So therefore, at this point, we are going to have F1 and F2. We are going to have F1 and F2. So therefore, what I want us to understand, remember, according to Coulomb's law, the law states that the force is inversely proportional to R square. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, whenever we have proportionality, we introduce constant. Of course, according to the law is said that the force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of the two charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. This is how the law looks like. F is directly proportional to Q1, Q2 all over R square. So it means that it's directly proportional to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the distance between them, or to the square distance between them. And of course, whenever we have proportionality, we introduce constants. So F is equal to KQ1, Q2 all over R square. But remember, K is equal to 1 all over 4, 5, permittivity of a free space. But because I think from these questions, you can see that we are dealing with two parameters. We are dealing with force and the distance. So therefore, for the initial force, the F is inversely proportional to the square of their distance. And of course, this will give us F is equal to K all over R square. And of course, after some time, the distance is double. So therefore, we are going to have F2 is directly proportional to, because the distance is double, so we are now going to say 2r, then everything we square it, and then this will give us F is equal to 1 all over 4. Sorry, because this is proportionality, so we can introduce constant, so we can now say F all over, sorry, F is equal to 4, sorry, F is equal to K all over 4r square, because 2 square is 4, and then the r square will also be here. So therefore, we have this. So this is our F2. So what do we do next, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's simple. We can now make K all over r square subject of the formula in this point, at this point. So we can now say F2 times 4 is equal to K all over r square. So you see, this one and this one are the same. So therefore, we can now equate this with this. So therefore, we now have F2 times 4 is equal to F1. So we can now divide both sides by 4 by 4. So this will now cancel this. So we now have F2 is equal to F1 all over 4. And then F2 is equal to the F1 is 120. So we have 120 divided by 4. And this will give us F2 is equal to 30 Newton. So this is the answer to this first question, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you understand this one. So we are going to look at another question in the next video. Thank you very much.